Another important event before the 1979 revolution was the major attack by SAWAK against the guerrilla groups in 1975 to 1976. SAWAK, the secret police of Shah, attacked two main left groups during the 1975-1976 and killed many of their leadership. And at the beginning of the social crisis in 1976-1977, the leftist group were at one of their weakest point, while the mosque and clergies were active and has more freedom to work. For example, Fadayan, the first two rank of their leadership was completely destroyed, and Mujahideen Khalq was completely out, and the Marxist section of the Mujahideen were also attacked, and many of their leadership were killed. So on the right hand side you see the picture of the three leadership of the Marxist portion of Mujahideen, which later on changed name to Paykar, and on the left hand side was the leadership of Fadayan, which he was also killed in 1976. The first protest by clergy was organized in city of Qom. An article published against Khomeinie in one of the official newspapers was used by clerics to organize a protest in Qom on January 8, 1978. And before that, all the protests like poetry nights and shantytown riots, and also even the letters from those liberals, they were all secular movement. However, that this Qom riots or demonstration was the first time that clergy attempt to control the movement, and the city of Qom, which was the burial place of the holy Shia figure, has been the center of Shia clerics schools in Iran, and the rally was attacked by police and a few people were killed. And that was the start of the clergy attempt to control the revolutionary movement, which was boiling up in the society. The continuation of the Qom protest every 40 days, the clerics used their mosque to organize protests 40 days later in Tabriz, a city in Azerbaijan province. This protest was also attacked by police with more casualties from among the people. And after that, based on the religious ceremony of 40 days after each death to have a ceremony, 40 days after protests organized in various cities across Iran, clerics with the mosque networks across the country were able to influence this protest. Shah regime allowed mosque networks to be free in their activities while attacking violently any working class organization affiliated with the left or secular movement. Khomeinie at this time left Iraq and went to Kuwait, and from Kuwait went to France. And BBC Persian, which was the major media for Iranian people to listen to, the Farsi program, actively involved in promoting clerics and specifically Khomeinie. Nobody knew Khomeinie except for a bunch of clergy and religious people in Iran. However, BBC was able to basically fabricate and engineer this leadership after the bomb event. And on the right hand side at the top you see a picture of the oil workers which went on a strike October 31st, 1978. And at the bottom is a picture of the demonstrator in Qom in front of one of these clergy's gathering. Further development before Shah left Iran in January 1979. Workers' strike in different sectors including oil industry and the media started, and the continuation of the protests in different cities and attacks against banks and other government offices. Islamic clerics lead people to attack liquor stores, cinemas, dance clubs, and even leftist groups. Change of Shah cabinets, turnover of the political figures, and declaration of the martial law. Guadeloupe conference between England, France, USA, Germany, an agreement with Islamist leadership and ordering Shah to leave. Shah left the country 5 weeks before the revolution, and many sectors of army started to support Khomeinie and future Islamic regime. The picture that you see at the top is the workers' oil that they went, oil workers that they went on a strike October 31st, 1978, and then at the bottom left is actually the February 1979. That's the staff of TV, official TV, that they were on a strike. And on the right-hand side, you see the soldiers of the Shah in the street fighting with the street demonstrators with the stone. Arrival of Khomeini and plan for replacement of the Shah. Western countries, which afraid of Soviet Union, decided to abandon Shah and support the Islamic Movement, which was a green belt against communists and Soviet Union. This happened after the conference between the big major countries like America, England, France, Germany in Guadeloupe, and they decided that they basically give green light to the Islamic movement and abandon Shah. After Shah left the country, on February 1st, Iran's Prime Minister Bakhtiar gave the green light to Khomeini to arrive, and negotiations started to transfer the power to Khomeini and his followers in order to control the movement. The shadow cabinet of Khomeini was working in official cooperation with the existing regime, and they tried to make the transition very smooth without basically breaking down the army and the police, which they need in order to smash the revolution. The new Prime Minister Shapur Bakhtiar dissolved SAVAK, the secret police of Shah, and released many political prisoners. And the pictures on the right-hand side, you see that when the Shah left, people start attacking and breaking down his statue, and his picture was burning in the street. And the title of the newspapers, official newspaper, was "The King is Gone," and Shah's picture at the bottom, crying at the airport when he's leaving, and some of his officers kissing his hand. And also people came in the street in the demand from clergy that to say yes to Bazargan as a new or shadow prime minister. And at this time, the title of the newspaper Khomeinie says major negotiation between Bazargan with Bakhtiar and army in order to make the transition, because the whole purpose was smashing this revolution. And if they cannot do it with Shah, now they are planning to do it with Khomeini, which we'll see it in the future event after this. While the shadow cabinets of Khomeini negotiating with Bakhtiar and trying to make the transition smooth, some of the army officers and generals of the Shah disagree with the US policy of removing the Shah. Cadets and technicians in Air Force rebelled in one of the bases in Tehran in February 9th. The Royal Guards, under the order of discontent generals, sent tanks to attack the bases. At this time, people came and built a barricade in front of those tanks and attacked with cocktail Molotov and tried to stop them. And at the same time, the cadets of the Air Force bring basically guns to the people, and this is the start of basically revolution, which happened in February 10th and continued to February 11th. Khomeini and his shadow government ordered people not to attack the army bases and police. I remember lots of clergies coming in the street with the megaphone telling people that Imam has an order to attack bases, don't attack. But people didn't listen. They just attack and then dismantle all these police station and the army. People ignored the order and continue to attack. On the right hand side, you see the barricade in front of the they call it now Imam Hussein. At that time was Fouziye Square, which it was a tunnel, and people closed that tunnel in order to prevent tank to go there and stop the tank by throwing cocktail Molotov. And then the other picture basically the newspaper shows that how people went to help the cadets of the Air Force, and that was the major defeat for the plan of the Khomeini and his cabinet to get the transformation very smooth and start the attacking the revolution right away.